I'm Kelly Swoop with your WMAR2 News Update. Thousands of Maryland homeowners can look forward to checks in the mail. The payments are due to a miscalculation of property tax credits. WMAR2 News' Mallory Sofaste has reported on this error since last year. She has new details on the refunds because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
These payments range from $1 to over $2,000. More than 5,300 homeowners will be receiving something in the mail, and it should arrive before the end of September. Lewis Willen caught the error in 2016, a miscalculation with the homeowner's property tax credit. Instead of giving the full amount, the state was first deducting local tax credits.
The Montgomery County Council, every member just sat there and looked at me like I was crazy.
It took him 2 tries, but the Office of Legislative Audits reviewed his hotline tip and agreed with him. Their audit last October revealed thousands of homeowners were being shortchanged on property tax credits by millions of dollars since at least 2005. The Maryland State Department of Assessments and Taxation amended their formula in 2020, but didn't plan on reimbursing homeowners.
If the legislature has a disagreement with our position that this wasn't a mere change in policy, but that SDAT was in error and that the people do deserve refunds on those tax credits, then we are more than happy to implement it.
The legislature did disagree. A bill requiring the state to reimburse homeowners passed unanimously this past session with a catch. The law only covers 3 years. Delegate Carr, the bill's sponsor, told us why in January.
If it were you or me or anyone who didn't pay the correct amount of state taxes and the state went after us and said, no, you have to pay up the amount that you owe, they would go after us for 3 years. So fair is fair.
It was also a compromise, ensuring the bill didn't come with too big of a price tag.
In this case, unfortunately, the losers are the homeowners.
But they'll also be gaining money that would have otherwise been lost without this legislation. SDAT declined our request for an interview, but a spokeswoman told us that SDAT has identified 5,393 homeowners who are due payments due to legislation, with total payments amounting to nearly $8 million and payments ranging from $1.61 to over $2,000. At the end of August, SDAT will be mailing these homeowners a letter explaining what these payments are for and letting the homeowners know to expect a check in the mail around the end of September. Lewis also wants this to be a lesson. Even though he's a computer programmer, he said homeowners shouldn't rely on automated systems.
The actual calculations are on the homeowner's tax credit worksheet, and you're entitled to see those calculations, but you have to ask for it. These errors are just out there in many places, and it just seems like everyone just trusts computer generated bills, and a lot of times they're wrong.
SDAT also told me they're working on an online service that will allow Montgomery County homeowners to check if they're due a payment. That'll be available soon, and this error impacted a majority of Montgomery County homeowners along with a handful in Baltimore City. For WMAR2 News, I'm Mallory Sofaste.
The homeowner's property tax credit sets a limit on how much a homeowner has to pay in property taxes based on their income. Recently, the state identified about 119,000 people who may be eligible to receive this credit but haven't yet applied. The deadline is October 1st. There's also a renter's property tax credit. Renters can receive a direct check payment of up to $1,000 per year. Now, we have links to all these applications and more information on eligibility at WMAR2news.com/Matter for Mallory. And if you have a matter for Mallory, she wants to hear from you. You can email her at mallory@WMAR.com. You can also find her on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you stick with us online for updates on top stories and breaking news. And also for the latest weather while you're on the go, download the WMAR2 News app in your app store. You can watch live radar and get breaking news sent straight to your phone.
This WMAR2 News update is sponsored by Jones Junction.